persuasion is a real art, but not too many of us are very good at it. Hello, my name is Greg Story. I'm the president of Dale Carnegie Training here in Japan and the author of Japan Sales Mastery. And we're coming to you from our High Performance Center here in Akasaka, in the very business center of Tokyo. Well, in business and in life, we need to have occasions where we can be persuasive with others, but often we're not particularly persuasive. And one of the problems we have is people are not actually sympathetic to our point of view because we're not sympathetic to their point of view. And it gets into a bit of a combative clash of the egos or the wills to decide who's going to be the winner and who's going to be the loser on this particular point of difference. It doesn't have to go that way. We can do much, much better. Now, if we think about it, one of the reasons we have trouble getting people to agree with us is how we approach them. And we're not sympathetic to their ideas. There's an old expression, American Indian expression, I believe, that says, walk a mile in another man's moccasins or someone else's moccasins. And that's a good point. We have to be sympathetic to other people's position and their ideas. But often we're not, because we are so tied up in what we want. You know, if you think about it, we're all walking around with smartphones. We're having this one-to-one interaction with the screen. It's all about me, what I'm doing all the time. We're sort of losing our focus with people in general, and we're very focused on a very small world, which has got us at the center. And so one of the issues with that is, when we actually want to be persuasive with other people, we're actually thinking about what we want. We're focused on our needs. We're focused on the outcome that we think is the best outcome. But we have to get their cooperation. Therefore, we have to be persuasive. We can't just, unless you're the boss, you can't order people around. And even if you are the boss, ordering people around only goes so far in terms of getting loyalty and engagement. Much better to be persuasive. So being sympathetic with the other person's ideas sounds simple enough, but what does that mean? Well, first of all, it means listening very, very carefully to what they're saying, but we are notorious people for cutting others off. You know, we're notorious for jumping in with what we want to say. They begin explaining something, they have a certain rhythm, how they're going to explain it, and then we jump in. It's annoying. You know what you want to say, you know how you want to say it, but the other person's not respecting your style, your way of operating, because they think they're smarter than we are, because they know where we're going. They've already foreseen the evolution of this argument. They've got a better idea. They have no patience. They have to tell us their idea. Now, what do we feel about that? Not good. Not good at all. Are they going to be able to persuade us? Not very likely. So we've got to stop doing that. We've actually got to listen. And we've got to let people finish what they're saying. Now, maybe they're not succinct. Maybe they do ramble. Maybe they have got a different style to us and how they communicate. That's all right. That's all right. We're not here to convert everybody to how things should be based on our model. We're here to let them have their model, but let them talk. Listen first. Really understand what they're saying. And then go a bit deeper. Ask them to draw some of those things out, because often we're short framing what people are saying and we're jumping to conclusions based on the short frame. Get a bit more information. Why do you think that? Why have you come to that conclusion? What has been your experience with that? And let them talk a little bit more. And again, we have to be patient and listen. But as we explore, as we hold ourselves back from having to talk all the time, let them do the great bulk of the talking. Don't jump in. Let them explain. Let them go into a bit more detail. Let them bring out the context, the background, the evidence, the proof, the experience they've had in their world about why they think this is the best way to go. And surprise, surprise, the more we learn about the background that's driven them to this point of view, we will start to identify with that more. Now, we may not agree with it. We may have come to a completely separate and quite logical conclusion based on the same evidence, but with a different thing in mind. That's fine. But at least we've heard them out. At least we know where they're going. Because we may have a piece of the puzzle they don't have. We may have some information internally in the company they haven't received yet. We may have read something they haven't read. We may have listened to something on a podcast or a lecture they haven't listened to. We may have better information. We may have more up-to-date information. Who knows? But if we don't allow them the chance to really explain what they're thinking to us, then we really won't be in a position to make a judgment on whether we actually do have the better analysis of this than they do, or whether actually they are correct. Now, if you want to persuade people, you've got to at least give them the chance to give you their view. And then having heard them out, and trust me, people will be appreciative of being heard out because everyone's chopping them off all the time. People are so time poor, so impatient, so me focused, that it's very rare now for people to be fully heard. They will appreciate it. And they'll feel, I was valued, I was respected. This person listened to me completely. And now they tell me something that's a little bit different to what I thought, with some new information or a different analysis or a different viewpoint, and they're more likely to be open to our view. Very simple thing, but often we just don't even get on the first rung of the ladder to try and have that conversation because we're just straight in there. This is what I think. We should do it this way. Here's my view. Right over the top. And then we wonder why they're not cooperative. Now in Japan, that's particularly a problem because people will say, hi, yes, but it doesn't mean yes, I agree. It just means yes, I heard you, but they won't do anything. They won't take any action. They won't take it up. They'll just let it die. You think things are being done. They aren't being done. You really do have to persuade them here. And that means letting them feel that they've had their chance to express their ideas and their views, and we have been respectful of that. If we do this, we will have a much better relationship with our colleagues, and we will be much more persuasive with our colleagues.